Okay, you guys, so the last series of videos I was taping were pretty long, so I'm going to be doing a lot of filming and cutting, and then I'll cut out a piece, and then when you come back to the video, a part of it will be done. As you can see, I've got the curvature onto the rail, and I've got the first piece which I had to sand to get it to hold. And now I'm fitting it to the curvature of the track, how it's going to be set. I'm going to make sure that the boxcars can come around the side of it. Now the engine and the caboose are about the same length as these boxcars, since I'm using small equipment, so I don't have to bring those up here. Okay, now that I have it where I want it, I have the wall section with the man door and the roll-up door. This is the only bottom section I have left. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is put a bead of glue on it, and if I put too much glue on, I take a rag and I just bounce it off there. And I'll stick it on the other piece of the wall. And glue it. So this is the only bottom sections I have left. So I'm going to start doing the top sections, the second stories. I've painted the windows already. They're drying. I'll show you the color that I used as well. My color combo is for this building, since it's in the foreground, I want it to stand out, but I don't want it to stand out too much. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to paint the whole building, when I get it done, a light primer gray. That includes the top, so it'll be a while before the top is actually done. And it'll also be a while before it's painted, because I want to be able to finish this wall off right here. So you probably won't see paint on this for a little while. I started this on a weekend, so I'll have to wait until Monday to order another building. And there's no telling how long that'll take. It's pretty much a hit and miss thing, so I'll just have to wait and see. I'm trying to kill a little time while this dries here. When it does dry enough to move it, I'm going to take a flat piece of styrene and glue it over the crack on the back, and that will that'll make sure that it stays together. Since it's a straight wall piece, I could always use a thicker piece of styrene, or maybe even a weighted piece of metal out of an old freight car or a caboose. You can use anything that's straight and flat, and that'll glue to the surface. If you have any problem trying to glue metal to the plastic, you can take a file or a roll of emery cloth. It's also known as sandpaper. It's just called emery cloth, and just lightly sand it off, and the glue and metal will stick very, very easily. And then once I get this shape of this building done, you can see how the shape looks. It looks pretty bizarre. It looks like a quarter of a, I don't know, a pizza or something. It'll be a very unique structure on the layout. It'll probably be it's not going to be a focal point because it's not going to tower real high over the rest. The George Roberts printing building on the other side of the layout will be a focal point to the layout. I want it to be, anyway. Because I want it to be like the first thing you walk in and you see the layout, you are immediately drawn to the huge building in the background, which is also going to be rail served because why else have it? So I have these column pieces that are left over from cutting off columns. When I butt the two pieces together, I didn't want two columns standing next to each other, and then when I go to put the windows up, the second story, I didn't want to butt them together like so. I will be cutting off a column and just having it straight column all the way across like this, instead of having two columns. It'll be a little more difficult for the windows to fit, but I'm confident, and it'll be done. It'll be done right. It'll be done good. And let's see. When we come back, I will have the piece on here, and it'll be glued, and we'll start with the second story. If I can find the button.